Hello, everyone. Paul here. Excuse the lackadaisical kind of setting for me. I'm in Florida, vacationing and actually checking out some properties. And we all know what's been happening in our market in Ontario. Rates have been coming up, but guess what? Rates have been coming up in the U.S. also. Something we're going to talk about on the call. We have Dan, as he's affectionately known, Dan the Money Man, on with us, and we're going to do a call with Dan on June 9th, 9 a.m. Okay. And some big questions we've been hearing, and I'm going to pull up some notes here. And while I do that, Dan, what are we thinking is going to happen in July with rates?
Predictions, eh? When's the good thing? This won't air anywhere. Nobody's going to hold me to it, right?
No.
Prediction, I would say, I think we're going to see another increase. You mentioned it before. We're very we follow the US. We're not directly tied to the US, but anybody that follows the US market saw interest rates went up 3/4 of a point. There's rumor that may happen here, 3/4 of a point. But I think without predicting an exact rate, I think we can anticipate rates increasing for sure. Which leads to a whole other sort of questions that we'll talk about on Saturday.
I put you on the spot on purpose because that's everyone's question, and it's impossible to answer in a one-liner. And those are the email things, questions I'm getting. Hey, what's going to happen? Hey, I like this property, but I'm afraid rates are going to go up. And it's not something we can answer in two sentences or even in an email. It's a discussion so you understand the advantages and disadvantages, right? So just to review, here's what's on everyone's mind. Variable or fixed rates. If you're getting a mortgage today, what's good, what's not, what's the difference, what should I be doing, depending on where I want to end up. Should I lock in now or should I just stay variable if you're coming up for a renewal? Should I buy property now or should I wait? Could prices come down? So will prices drop in the next few months in Ontario? Will they stagnate? What's going on? Is now a good time to sell? What's going to happen in 2023? And if I am an investor, which I'm assuming you are, if you're listening to this, where is the opportunity? Okay. Remember, the goal is to be a sophisticated investor. We don't want to be driven by emotions and driven by fear. If we're armed with knowledge, if we're armed with expertise, and we have the guidance from professionals like Dan, like myself, and other people in our network, we're able to create profits and create cash flow in any market scenario: up market, down market, sideways market, uncertain market. Doesn't matter what's going on. As long as we can reposition ourselves, we can continue to be profitable investors, right? So Dan's going to cover all those points. And is there anything I'm missing, Dan? Like, what did you want to talk about with people?
Well, no, Paul, it's a great point. It's not always about where the interest rates are at. A lot of it is about affordability. So we're going to talk a little bit about affordability. How do these increases impact our payments? Do they impact our payments? Where will they impact our payments? We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about penalties. How does this affect our mortgages when we're locking into fixed rates, when we're locking into variable rates? Do we have to worry about penalties? So many aspects. Like, there's lots of things to talk about, especially in a market where rates are going up. Things like, is it a good time to buy? How does that affect it? Where are our opportunities? Those are things that from a mortgage perspective, we can speak on as well, because people will ask us, timing wise, is it a good time to take a fixed rate? Is it a good time to take a variable? So we have thoughts on that. The strategy of the investor, the strategy of the property they're buying can certainly, weigh some of those decisions. But the people are certainly interested. The money is an important part of the investing cycle. When we're buying properties, we all want to know what the cost of the money is. So certainly something that's becoming more and more popular as the market has continued to, increase rates for the last, little while, for the last few months, certainly, and probably going forward for the next little while as well.
I agree, and I'll give you a sneak peek. And the way we think about it internally is there's always give and take on either side. As our debt service, so the cost of our debt has been increasing, prices have kind of been decreasing a little bit, and at the same time, rents have been kind of creeping up. So although all these undulations are happening in our market and we don't know kind of where we're going to settle, the cash flow has maintained steady. And I know I'm a salesman, so don't believe anything I tell you, but I can prove it to you, and I will. So June 9th, 9 a.m., we're going to talk about all that kind of stuff. And Dan's got to get into all the money stuff and speak the mortgage language that I can't speak. All good, Dan?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to make sure I'm doing it on the beach for all you guys who are going to watch this. See you guys. Talk soon.
Bye, everyone.